Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Rei-Lin, and I've got a little something different here. Just a little quick overview of a game that I just recently picked up. It's in early access on Xbox One, PS4, and PC from Epic Games. It's called Fortnite, and I'm not really sure how to explain this type of game. I mean, a lot of people have probably played games similar to it. It's a survival game. Um, I guess you could say like Left 4 Dead, something like that. But it's a little bit more complicated than that because you're also got some things involved that are more akin to a tower defense type of game, like, Plants vs. Zombies and something like, that type of game where you've got to build things and then protect those things from being destroyed by wave after wave of monsters. And it gets much harder as the time goes on. And it's actually really fun. It's not usually the kind of game that I tend to pick up, but I had a friend show me this on his stream the other day, and it just has a little bit of a cartoony look. I would say it's sort of like Team Fortress 2 in the graphics department. It's kind of cartoony, and as you watch the gameplay throughout the little overview here, you'll see that things kind of act like they're made of jello when you hit them, and they're kind of like bouncy and cartoony. It's just kind of funny. And there are plenty of things to do in this game, and the majority of it is doing kind of what you'll see me doing periodically throughout the video, is gathering resources. You got a little resource meter on the left, and it's not overly complicated. You basically have three types of resources that you gather: wood, stone, and metal. Metal is usually the rarest of everything on a map because it generally builds the stuff that has the highest health, and thus it makes it really hard for the monsters to break into whatever you are defending if you make something that's made out of metal, obviously. There's plenty of stuff to do. You can run around, mainly by default. It's other people can join your game at any time. You can be wandering around and people come into the map and they can help you out. There's really no downside, and it matches you up very quickly with other people. There are levels and things like that, but it's mainly that you're not really competing for much. There is some treasure here and there, but usually when you get some kind of treasure, it'll drop treasure for everybody in your group. So that's kind of nice that it sort of shares. Mainly people are going to come in here to these maps. You're going to be trying to get experience. Your characters level up, and there are different characters and different character classes. They'll tend to fall into a category of a class, like a constructor is really good at building things. Right now I'm using a ninja class, which is very high damage in melee range, and they're just overall fast. They can double jump and get to places that most people, when it comes to the other classes, can't really get to very easily unless they construct like some stairs. So for gathering, I like the ninja so far. I had a lot of fun so far with it. And then there are all the kinds of weapons that you can make. You generally have to find the schematic for a weapon, and then once you have that schematic, you keep the schematic forever and ever, and you actually level up the schematic of whatever it is you're trying to make, whether it's armor or a weapon of some kind or a trap device that you can put onto your buildings, like spike traps on the floor or on the walls or ceiling, things like that. Those all require resources, and not just what you see, the three basic ones. There are tons and tons of other little resources that you'll probably watch me gather here and there, from plants or from toolboxes, nuts and bolts, things like that. Things that you might associate with putting like a gun together or whatever. And ammunition, it works all the same way. A lot of things share the same kind of resources, so a lot of your time is going to be spent gathering in these maps. Now, you keep all of the stuff. It's not just like I'll have this stuff gathered and the next time I go to a map I'll be at zero of everything. That's not how it works. You keep everything that you gather. So if you max out at 999 of a resource and go into another map that might have a condition where if you go really fast and deploy your little beacons in the map, you might get a much higher experience boost than if you just went in there and had to spend the first 15 minutes just gathering enough resources to defend your objectives. So far, I've only played one kind of map in general, and it is that you go around and you're trying to find a little beacon, and that little beacon is just something that's randomly placed throughout the map. You can't see it. You have to actually go through and explore a little bit and try to find it. And then you'll have quests here on the right side of the screen is like a little quest meter, and it'll tell you basically what you have to do, and if you have a bonus objective, it'll be written there, and you can try to go for that. Mine in particular on this map was to place the Atlas, which is the little beacon, as quickly as I could before the time runs out. But I was low on resources, and I didn't really care. I was mainly in here to gather resources because I wanted to make some weaponry. And all of that stuff takes a little bit more time than the 5 minutes or so that it gave me at the start. So overall, the graphic style and the gameplay is top notch. I have not had one single problem with getting stuck anywhere, any weirdness like falling through the floors, no glitches pretty much at all. The company Epic Games that's publishing the title is definitely made sure that before they brought the game out, it's been polished up. I think it looks great. I think it sounds hilarious. There's a lot of comedy going on in this, especially with the people that are helping you set up your main base. They're little robots, and it's all just kind of hilarious, honestly. But right now it is early access. You have to pay to get into it. However, there are several different packages depending on how much you want to wallet warrior the game. I will mention that if you get the most expensive package, which I believe was $149, seems kind of steep, but you get a ton of extra stuff with it, from boosts to what they consider the loot pinatas. Literally, they call them llamas, that give you basically, it's like a loot crate from Overwatch or any other game that has a similar thing. It sounds suspiciously like Jack Black does the voice for the llamas, but I am not going to say that for certain. I don't know if anyone knows for sure. But if you get that most expensive package, you also get 2 codes for a copy of the game, fully playable, everything, so you can hand them to your friends. So basically, if you spend the $150, it's basically like you bought 3 copies of the game at $50 a piece. Only you're going to get a lot of goodies that they won't, but it is a full copy. Everything comes with the game, and I think that's kind of a really awesome thing. Like I said, it's still in early access. It's going to be completely free to play in early 2018. But if you want to hop in and see what's going on right now, I mean, if they're going to add even more to the game, it's going to be pretty crazy, because there is a lot already in the game that it's taking me a while just to figure out. There's almost so much stuff that it's kind of overwhelming, especially for me. I'm not used to playing these kinds of tower defense type of games. But if you are into this kind of stuff, this is really, really fun, especially if you can bring some friends and you can kind of spread out and work together. The online aspect of it with random people, they can't really screw anything up necessarily. I mean, I suppose if you got into a really hard match and somebody wasn't doing what they had to do, it might screw everything up as far as winning. And things can get very, very, very hectic once you get to the part where the monsters are attacking your base. But overall, I haven't had really any kind of trouble at all so far with anybody being, a jerk or, mean-spirited or just trying to come into your game to mess things up. So far, I think the game is really, really cool, and I definitely wanted to get out there with a video on it. I'm sure there are other people doing videos with a little bit more gameplay that's a little bit more exciting, and I probably will start putting some more videos out on this game, just because I really think it's cool, and it's something new and unique for me. So maybe I'll be a little bit overly excited for the wrong reasons, and people will be like, well, it's just like this other game, and it's not that not that unique. But yeah, we'll see. I'm definitely going to do some more videos on it, though, especially as it gets closer and closer to being fully released here later in the year or in early 2018. I'm hoping that more and more people will hop into the early access. Just buy your way in. There are several packages. The cheapest one, I think, is like $15, something like that. So if you're into the whole tower defense, you like gathering stuff and then being almost Minecraft in a way, only not without the 8-bit graphic thing going on. If that's kind of like something you're into, definitely give this game a try. It's really, really, really fun. That's Fortnite, and from Epic Games. Very well done. I'm very impressed. And I will be showing more of this in the future. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. I know it's another short video. I wanted to just get this little bit of something out because I only discovered this game over this weekend, but I definitely wanted to let other people know that this is a really cool game that just came out just a few weeks ago into early access, and I think it is honestly one of the better games that I've played so far this year, and I hope maybe everyone else agrees. What do you think of the game? Have you picked it up? Are you enjoying it? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's get some discussion going on about this thing. It's really fun for me, like I said, because it's a brand new kind of style of game that I'm used to normally playing, so let me know what you think. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, please press the like button down below. It does help out my channel. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel, you can click at the bottom of your screen right now. That'll get you all the latest updates every time I go live with a new video. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care, and I'll talk to you all next time.